My sister had multiple affairs, and my parents paid her husband to keep quiet. Now, after 5 years of living a double life, she's demanding my help. For the last 7 years, I've lived in Germany, a country far from home where I built my life and career. After completing my computer science degree, I received an incredible job offer from a tech company in Berlin. The salary was 3 times what I could expect in the States, and the benefits were unmatched. My parents had their reservations about me moving so far away, but they supported me, knowing that it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Growing up, my sister Luna and I were inseparable. Though we were 3 years apart, we shared everything: friends, dreams, even secrets. I was always her biggest cheerleader, especially when I chose to pursue computer science instead of medicine, which our parents had wanted for me. Luna, though, had followed their wishes and became a biology teacher. They weren't thrilled when she decided against medical school, but they came around once she married Mike. Mike was perfect for her, or so it seemed. He was ambitious, kind, and treated Luna like a queen. Our parents adore him, and his successful career in real estate added to the fairy tale. I was proud to stand beside Luna as her maid of honor at their wedding. I thought we had the perfect family until everything started falling apart. About 5 years ago, things began to change. Luna, who used to be so close to me, started becoming distant. Our calls, which had been frequent and filled with life updates, became less and less frequent. She started canceling on me, telling me she was too busy grading papers or preparing for a school meeting. At first, I thought it was just the pressures of being a teacher, but the excuses started to get more elaborate, and her responses were shorter and colder. When I asked her about her life, about her plans to have children, or whether she and Mike had found a new house, she would change the subject. I began to worry, and when I asked our parents about her, they reassured me she was fine, just busy with work and moving up in her career. They sent me pictures of family dinners, never hinting at any issues. But something didn't sit right. I could feel the distance between us growing, and I decided to surprise my family during my vacation. I booked a flight back to the States, planning to show up at my parents' house unannounced. When I arrived, everything felt off. My mom was at home alone, which was odd for a Sunday when they usually had family dinners. She was nervous, making excuses for my dad's absence. When he finally arrived, it was clear something was wrong. He looked shaken. That's when the truth came crashing down. My sister Luna had been living a lie for years. She and Mike were no longer together. They had divorced after she had an affair with James, a fellow teacher at her school. Mike had found out when he discovered their messages, and instead of trying to salvage the marriage, Luna moved in with James. The divorce was messy. Mike had told everyone about the affair, and most of their friends sided with him, cutting Luna off. She lost her job as a teacher, and she and James moved to Columbus, where they both found new teaching jobs. Our parents had been covering for her, lying to me, sending me old photos of family dinners to maintain the illusion of a happy life. They had orchestrated an elaborate web of lies, and I had been living in it, oblivious. I was furious, confused, and heartbroken. My sister, the woman I had looked up to, had betrayed her husband, and our parents had protected her at any cost, even if it meant lying to me for years. But it didn't end there. As I processed the shock, I learned even more. Luna had blocked me on social media years ago, likely to prevent me from finding out the truth. But when I checked her profile, I saw something that made me sick. She had a daughter, a child I didn't even know existed. I was an aunt, and yet I had been kept in the dark. My parents continued to call, begging me to hear them out. But the more they tried to justify their actions, the angrier I became. They admitted to paying Mike a large sum of money to keep quiet about the affair. They had even taken out a second mortgage on their house to cover the costs. They had been supporting Luna and James financially, sending them money for years. My entire family was drowning in debt because of the lies they had told, and I had been kept in the dark. Luna finally reached out to me, sending a long email where she tried to explain everything. She apologized for keeping me in the dark, claiming that our parents had convinced her not to tell me the truth. She said that when she first told them about the affair, their main concern wasn't her marriage, but how a divorce would affect the family's reputation. She wrote that they told her I couldn't know the truth because it would ruin my career. They painted me as fragile, someone who couldn't handle family drama without falling apart. But the worst part came when Luna revealed that our parents had actually known about James for months before Mike found out. They had even met him several times. They had covered for Luna when she went to meet him, lying to Mike about her whereabouts. And when Mike confronted her, our parents stepped in with money to make the whole thing go away. They paid him off to keep quiet, to protect the family's image. I was sickened. How could they have lied to me for all these years? How could they protect Luna, even when she had destroyed her marriage? I confronted my parents again, and they admitted everything. The money, the lies, the cover-ups. They showed me their financial records. Our family was on the brink of bankruptcy because of it all. And now Luna was asking for my help. She needed me to bail her out financially because James had left her. He had been cheating on her for over a year, and now he was gone, leaving her with a mortgage she couldn't afford and a child to care for. She wanted me to come back to the US, to put my career on hold, and take care of her problems. I couldn't believe it. The sister I had once trusted, the parents who had always been there for me, had turned into people I barely recognized. Luna used me as a shield to protect her affair. My parents betrayed me, lying to me for years, manipulating my emotions to protect their reputation. They had crossed a line I couldn't forgive. So I blocked Luna. I blocked her on social media. I changed my passwords. I locked everything down. I couldn't trust them anymore. For the first time, I felt like I was free. Free from the lies, free from the manipulation. But it was a bittersweet victory. Because no matter how much I tried to move on, the pain of what my family had done to me lingered. And as I walked away from them, I couldn't help but wonder if this was the beginning of something even bigger, a reckoning that my family couldn't escape from. I was done being a pawn in their game. Now, it was time for me to take control.